today we're unboxing something new and exciting for you, the Lensbaby Omni Deluxe Collection 3. This collection comes with a range of filters that allows you to get creative and add stunning visuals to both your photos and your videos. First off, in here we have a Lensbaby microfiber towel. It's actually a really nice quality. It looks like, looks like some more microfiber cloths. Okay, so these are the filter rings here. Now when you order the set, you have the option of ordering either the small set or the large set. So depending on what size lenses you have, you're gonna wanna buy the set that's gonna be able to fit all of the different stuff that you have. I opted for the larger set only because the lenses I have are a little bit larger, the ones I plan on using. But they do sell the smaller ring set separately, so if you decide that later on maybe you need more rings, you can purchase that additionally. So, all right, so we got some, this here says bonus reflectors. They kind of look like Swiss cheese. You can kind of see what those look like. And then we have the blue cheese grater thing. So you're gonna get two of these cheese grater type things. We have this little pouch here. The back has these two like felt pieces. They kind of look like Velcro, but they're not. So I'm not really sure what those are for. When you open this pouch up, it has these little attachment thingies. And what these are here is these are little magnets you attach to your camera, and then you attach like different accessories to it. The inside of this case has a bunch of different filters and stuff. And I'm gonna use this cloth to take these filters out so that I don't greasify them up. I think this is the silver, see-through silver barn door, because you can see through this. You can see like that, you can see me. A thicker material, I would say it's probably about the thickness of like maybe a debit card. It has about the same pliability too. So that's that one there. This is the mirror finish, just super reflective, so I can pretty much see my face. There, you can see my face in the reflection. Just pretty reflective. So this one is also reflective, another reflective one. Again, you can see, I'll show you my reflection there. So it's almost like a mirror. So that is another one that does also have a mirrored effect. Okay, so this is another pass-through one that you can see through, just like that. So you have two of these pass-through ones. Let me see if one of them is darker than the other. Yeah, so one of them is a little darker than the other. They're both pass-through, but one of them is a little darker than the other. And the one that is darker is the thicker one. So a little bit thicker plastic. They're both plastic, but this one's just a little bit thicker. Inside of here, we basically have different shapes. So I'm gonna pull out the different ones. We have a concave shape here. So one side is orange, like an orangey kind of a color. The other side is just like a regular glass. So you have one side that's like a glass, and then if you flip it over, the other side is orange. So the next one we have is, this looks like another pass-through filter. It's almost reflective, almost like the mirrored one. Kind of the same concave shape as the previous one. You're gonna get the see-through silver concave, see-through silver convex, and then the silver and gold concave, which was the first one that I showed you. And then this is a see-through silver Swiss cheese. Okay, so the last shape in this particular kit is the see-through silver trapezoid. Same thing as the rest of the see-through ones, just a trapezoid shape. Once we have a little more hands-on experience, kind of give you a little more insight onto what's what. So this one here has like a faux suede interior. I'm gonna pull these out. So these are in there, these little guys here. Oh, check it out, our first crystal wand. Okay, so in here we have 1, 2, 3 wand attachments. So this one here, we'll call it the teardrop because it kind of looks like a teardrop. And this is the crystal here. Let me give you a little close-up of what that looks like. I would call this the orange slice because it kind of looks like a slice of orange or a slice of lime, the way that it's kind of shaped. Yeah, check that out. I'm not really sure which one this one is. It didn't come with a list, but pretty much what these are is the same as the other ones. They have these little twisty thingies and they're attachments that go on the front of your lens, and then these little filters, you just pull them out and then you can switch them out with whatever look you're going for. Oh, this one is rainbow effect. I just looked through and saw rainbowy. And then you're gonna get these 3 Ziploc bags full of different colors. You got yellow, you got blue, orange, and red. Okay, the next kit is, these look like they're slightly more like iridescent. They're kind of like jelly, look like a jelly material. See that? Like it kind of almost like, if it was a hot day, you could easily get it to bend like a fruit roll up. Okay, so aside from that gel, you're gonna get other gels. So this one here is kind of like a bluish colored gel. Then you have like a greenish colored gel. Yeah, you can see that. It's like a green color. And this one's even more green, super green. Then you have this like a pink color or a red color. It's kind of reddish. And then a purple one. 5 of the, we're gonna call these the jelly filters. So you're gonna get 5 of the jelly filters. Last packet in here is, let's see what these ones are. Okay, and you're gonna get another handle for your little filters. So this one here is like a, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of cool. It's like a gold pattern, it's like stamped. It's kind of cool looking. From far away, it looks gold, right? It doesn't look like you can see through it, but it's actually like iridescent, kind of like oil slick. So it changes colors depending on how you look at it. And let's see, this one is blue, and this one is also blue, and one of them is kind of a purple color. And these are kind of cool looking. Yeah, they're like, I don't know, they're stamped. They look like, almost like they're made out of metal, but they're not. Okay, so we got another pouch. So we have our Velcro opening, okay, and then we have another 2 metal attachment thingies. So as far as attachments, you have tools that are gonna attach to these, and then I believe these are gonna attach to the attachment ring thing. So here is the actual ring. Pretty much the way this camera system works is you're gonna have your ring on the front, and then you're gonna have these little attachments that are gonna attach onto your ring. Boom, look at that. And then it just goes right into the front of your camera. So now you don't have to hold any of your stuff. I can use something like my small rig handle to give me 2 points of contact. And now look, I still have the little cool crystal in here. And then what's cool is while you're filming, you can kind of fart around with this. And then once you find, you're like, oh, it's perfect, that's where it's at. And then you can just keep shooting. You don't have to hold it there, you know? So you can keep walking around and you keep using it that way. The other thing that's cool too, you can stack effects, right? So you got 1 crystal on there, you're like, you know what? That's not enough crystal power. I want to use the slice and the teardrop. Twice the amount of healing power for your camera. If you want to get real crazy and you want to go for a record, you could fit, you know, you could fit like up to 4 different things on here. So you could do, you know, the rainbow thing, the cheese slice, the teardrop, the slicer, you know, all the different accessories, you know, to the point where you won't even be able to see out of your camera anymore because you're gonna have so much stuff jamming up your lens. In here, you also, let's see what's in here. There's 3 more attachment thingies. Another rainbow, a plastic rainbow thing. We'll call this the, kind of looks like a shovel. I don't know, the shovel, we'll call this the shovel, the pick, and they call this the horseshoe. I can see how it kind of looks like I'm in the horseshoe. They call this the seahorse. I can kind of see how it looks like a seahorse, so we'll call it the seahorse too. This is the seahorse. One last thing in the box, and I know there's a lot of stuff in here. This is not the normal kit that it comes with. This is pretty much a collection of all the kits that Lensbaby has to offer as part of their Omni collection. So you're getting everything in one kit, which is really cool. So we have the color expansion kit, and now we have the crystal expansion kit. So item number 1 is, whoa, what is, look at this thing. We're gonna call this the poker. This is the poker. Look at that thing. That thing's really cool looking. Yeah, it looks real pokey-like. All right, next one we have is, there's 3 in here. Next one we have, whoa, what is this thing? This is the, I don't know, this is the arrowhead. The arrowhead, we'll call this the arrowhead. It's kind of jagged, kind of reminds me of like an arrowhead. And then the last one in here is the, whoa, this is the prism. We'll call this the prism because it's triangle shape. It's just a big, like crystal style. So this is, when I think of crystals, this is like the shape I think of. The main question you're probably asking yourself is, what does the stuff actually look like? Does the footage look good? Is it actually usable? Can you actually use this stuff in the real world? Well, being in the studio here with the one light, not really too much I can show you. So I decided we're gonna head out tonight and see if they're actually usable in the real world or if it's just a gimmick that I saw on Instagram. So the first one we have here is the gold and silver cheese plate. And we're gonna go, let's put the gold side on here. So that's what her face looks like there. Okay, now we're gonna slap on this thing here. Okay, so you can see we're already getting some, there's kind of some cool reflections here coming off on the side, which is kind of cool. And we have it just kind of on the side. It's not really in front of the lens yet. And now we're gonna move it in front of the lens. So you can see that's kind of an interesting look. All right, now we're gonna do it completely flat over the lens. One look there. So you can kind of see what that looks like. And as you move this around, you kind of can get different effects. And that's kind of cool right there, that little light. As we're moving here, you kind of get some cool different lighting effects. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay over the music. First one we're gonna go with here is with the horseshoes. Okay, so let's put this on here like this. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move this little crystal right in front. And let's see what happens here. Okay, it's interesting. Oh, look at that, that's kind of interesting. I think it's a little bit better when we are punched in more versus when we're wide. As we twist this here like this, we're kind of getting different effects over her face. That's kind of cool from down below. Get a little bit of a kind of a different look there with that. Next one we have here is the rainbow film that we saw earlier. Now we're going to attach, and here comes down with the rainbow film. So that's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of neat. It gives us like an interesting little effect. If you're doing maybe like a close-up close-up face shot type of thing like that, you get some really cool effects. You can see like that, you know, pretty cool. Check that out. Pretty nice, right? Let's see what happens if we do the rainbow filter with the seahorse.
Double filter?
Double filter, double filter. So get his face here. Let's bring this filter down. I mean, that's kind of cool. If you look at that, like, if you were shooting maybe some type of jewelry or like a clothing or even glasses or something kind of cool, you can see like she's just sitting here, she's not moving, but you can see these really cool effects that we're getting from the lights. And this is a combination of two filters. So we have the seahorse here, which is down here, which is giving us that. And then we have the rainbow film filter on the top, which is right there, which is giving us this kind of cool look. If you're doing, you know, moving shots and stuff like that, really cool, but I think that looks really cool. Next one we have is, we were calling this a shovel earlier. So let's look at the shovel.
The cuticle pusher.
Yeah, the cuticle pusher, yeah. Because it's flat, you're only gonna be able to move it so far before it comes in contact with the lens. But you kind of have a little bit of wiggle room this way, and then, you know, you're fully articulate up and down. All right, so there's Kim regular, and now we're gonna hit her with the shovel face. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool effect. Gives us vertical lines, which is kind of neat. Let's see if we turn it. The effect is not as good. More of effect. The shovel's kind of cool. So the shovel kind of gives you these vertical types of lines, which is really cool. Let's turn the shovel over to the other side now. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So you can kind of see it gives you these cool vertical lines. And that's what the shovel rounded out. Let's do it rounded in. Let's flip it. See what that looks like. So it just gives you longer streaks. You see those cool vertical lines. And look at that, that looks really cool. Check that out, you know. And all it is just the filter in. You can see what that looks like. I mean, the background's still really blurry, but as you come in, it really gives you that kind of cool abstract look, kind of dreamy. These packages for the filters are really nice, you know, and everything just kind of fits into different slots. As you're using things, you can kind of use it and then you just slide it back in. Keeps everything nice and organized versus just having a bag of just like stuff everywhere, you know. It's about 100 degrees outside here in Vegas, and you can see this is the pack of iridescents, and they're kind of stuck together. So if you're out shooting, you may need to like peel them apart. You know what I'm saying? Because the material is kind of like a plasticky kind of a material. And the way these things work here, I don't know if I showed you earlier, they just have a little knob. Has a little slot in the top. It's curved, so it fits the film. And it just slides in like that. All right, and then you just tighten this like that, and you're good to go. Ooh, trippy. Attach this little guy here, or like this. We're gonna come down and see what this looks like. So you can see that's kind of with a little bit of peeking of the blue. That's kind of cool. It gives us like a cool little like blue vibe. Bring it all the way down if you wanted to. And come over the top. Looks a little muddy, or you can kind of come here and add just a blue highlight on the side, or maybe add a little blue highlight in the bottom corner there. Again, this is with it and without it. And then you get different effects as you turn this too, so you can kind of get some shimmer. See, and then maybe lock in that shimmery look, kind of like that. So we have our orange Swiss cheese thing here. Put this on the side, and we're gonna slowly come down with this. That's in the top right-hand corner. It's coming across and coming down. So you can see that it kind of gives us like an orange look. And as we're coming over the top, we can move this in different directions and kind of get some different effects over the top, which is kind of cool if you wanted kind of like that orangey kind of a look. All right, so that is the the orange cheese plate. All right, now what we're gonna try, what we're gonna test out, is we're gonna see how many of these things we can fit on the camera. So we're gonna do the rainbow, and we're gonna do the horseshoe, the seahorse, the cuticle shover. Oh, it's getting crazy. Okay, and then we need one more. We'll do the cheese. So we have 4 on here. So let's open this up. So this is with the cheese, the shoveler, whoa, the rainbow filter guy, and this little guy. Check that out, kind of crazy, like, whoa. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's a little crazy, but you can still kind of see through and get those like 4 effects. Whoa, trippy, man, cool. Super cool. So it's a little much, but it does work. Okay, we got this pouch here. What's in here? This is, ooh, the teardrop. We called this a teardrop earlier. Okay, so let's try the teardrop. See what the teardrop looks like. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna punch in just a little bit. So we're gonna keep it wide. We are at about 30 millimeters here. And check this out. That's a really cool effect. The teardrop, do something like that, which is kind of cool. Okay, we have another film, pretty much the same as the rainbow film we used the other time, but earlier when we looked at it, the effect was a little more intense, so we're gonna see what this looks like. Rainbow film. Whoa, that's cool, look at that. Get those cool star-like things. Check that out, it's kind of cool. And as we're coming down, you see the different light changes, which is really nice. Pretty cool. All right, so that's the film. And then we have one more in this pack here, and that is the slice. We're calling this the slice because it looked like a lemon slice. So there's Kim regular. Now we're gonna Kim with the slice. Oh, whoa, that's looking really cool. Check that out. So we're getting some reflections from the signs on the right side of her face, which is pretty cool. The bar signs on the right. If we go down a little more, oh, check that out. Got like the open next to her, that's kind of neat. If we come this way, we get a little more light, which is really cool because it looks like it's right there next to her face. All right, so that is with the curved side faced in. Now we're gonna spin it and face the curved side out. Curved side out. Ooh, curved side out gives you kind of a, whoa, kind of gives you a kaleidoscope effect. Just kind of cool on the left-hand side there, you can see that. So if you combine the kaleidoscope effect on the left-hand side of the slice with, let's say, the rainbow film on the right, you get something kind of cool like that. So check that out. That's kind of a cool look. You know, like, it makes it really interesting. She's just, you know, it's not a lot, there's a lot of lights around here, but it makes it really cool, all the reflections. So out of all the combinations we've had so far, I think the combination of the rainbow film and the slice or the crystals is good. The rainbow film gives a lot of interest to the edges, and then the crystal will kind of come over the top and give you that kaleidoscope kind of effect, which is really cool. Okay guys, so we have one more set of crystals that I want to show you and we're going to try out. So we have the, what were we calling this? I think we were calling this the poker or something. Gonna slap that on there. Kind of interesting. It's kind of like a blob there. Let's move this down. Go right in the middle like that. You can kind of go a little low. I don't know, this effect is kind of cool for the bottom. You know, it kind of adds some effect in the bottom corner there, which is kind of cool. I think the combination is going to be like 2 or 3 like crystal things to kind of build the effects around the outside of your picture. Everything's kind of coming in from the outside in, so you can have it things where maybe it's just on the sides and kind of give it like a vignette look on the sides, but if you want it to have a whole way around, maybe do one kind of down below, one right here, and one right here, maybe 3 or 4, and then you kind of shoot through the middle, and you kind of get a really cool effect on all 4 sides of your image. All right, so this is the arrowhead. It's kind of cool. You get a little bit of reflection on the side there, which is kind of neat. If we twist this, let's see if we get a little, that's kind of cool. So you see we get a little bit of the effect there on the side with the twist. And if we bring in this to the right, you can kind of go top and bottom like that, which is kind of cool. Pretty neat, not too bad. Prism is the last one here we got. And now we're coming down with the prism. Oh, so we're getting some kind of different reflections, which is kind of neat. Let's move this down. We can twist it this way. So we're twisting over the top. Oh, that's kind of cool. So we're getting some cool reflections here. Just kind of neat. So you see how that's in the bottom right hand corner. That's kind of cool. Those kind of reflections. As you come across, the reflections kind of change. You can go high and get some high effects like that. Oh, we can get a mirrored effect. Kind of a cool effect like that with a little bit of side action light. So it looks like it's actually behind her, which is kind of cool. All right, guys, so that was the Lensbaby Omni Deluxe Collection 3. You saw all the different accessories that we have that comes in the pack. Basically, the conclusion I came to is I think for you to get the best results, I think it's gonna be a combination of using multiple effects, combination of maybe a couple crystals, maybe one of the films. Out of all the different things in the pack, crystals, I think are by far the coolest effect. The films are really cool too, but again, I don't know how they're gonna hold up with the heat here in Las Vegas. Crystals are gonna be good, but I don't know how these are gonna do if they fall. I'm pretty sure if they fall on the floor, they're gonna crack. So you kind of need to be careful with them. The magnets are really strong. You know, once they're on there, they're not really gonna come off. But one thing I will say is you don't wanna pull directly off of them. You wanna kind of pull towards and just kind of snap off, makes it real easy. It is kind of a lot to carry around with you. So either get yourself a waist pack, something like this, or maybe like a messenger bag or something like that you can kind of easily access things, because the faster you can access your accessories, the quicker you can change your filters. If I was to use this maybe a couple times, I would probably figure out pretty quickly which ones I really like and which ones I don't like, and which ones would work for certain situations. So depending on if I was shooting at maybe like a pool or a nightclub or something that doesn't have a lot of lights, I could probably adjust the kit I bring with me so that I have, you know, the right filters and stuff like that for that particular event, so that I'm not just bringing like everything with me, you know. If this video was helpful and maybe entertaining to you, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video. And until next time, guys, see ya.